So these are introductory rules of how we can identify direct speech, right? There are 3 rules written. One of the rule is that the exact line of the speaker is put under inverted commas. Second rule is that we begin the first word, the first letter of the inverted commas will always be capital, and reporting verb and reported speech is separated by a comma. Now let's come to the indirect speech. How can we identify indirect speech? There are also 4 rules to understand or to identify whether this is indirect speech or not. First one, we eliminate inverted commas. There is no usage of inverted commas in indirect speech. Second, no comma is used to separate reporting verb and from reported speech. We do not use comma or inverted commas. Both of them are eliminated. Third rule, with which we can identify the indirect speech is we use conjunction in that. For the famous and the usual, the word of conjunction, which is used in indirect speech is that. Remember this point. We use that. I'm so sorry, wait. We use conjunction and the word that is usually used in conjunction while reporting direct or while changing direct into indirect. The fourth and the last rule in identifying the indirect speech is that the first letter which we have written in inverted commas capital, that is replaced with a small letter. The uppercase is eliminated. Okay. Then, now this is the beginning. I was dealing with the introduction. This whole topic is, belonging to the introduction of direct and indirect speech, which we call as narration, right? So let us understand this much a portion which I have highlighted here. In direct speech, there are 2 elements or 2 halves in the sentences. The sentence is divided into 2 portions. One of the portion is known as RV. I have written here, if you are looking at it, this one, RV. RV stands for reporting verb, right? And then there is another half which is known as reported speech. Now, what is RV or what is reporting verb? By this word, reporting verb, we actually report what has been said by the speaker. I'm repeating, with this word I said. Said is a verb, right? It's a simple word which is a verb itself. So with this word we are actually narrating, we are actually reporting what has been said by the speaker. So this is what we call as reporting verb. This is the first half of half in the sentence. Second half of the sentence is that I am a teacher. This is reported speech. Right? We can identify this as RS. RS stands for reported speech. It means that the line the speaker has said, the exact line of the speaker is known as reported speech, right? Now see why I have written this in front of you is because we need to understand the structure of a sentence. How do we write direct and indirect speech? How do we change direct into direct sentence into an indirect sentence? We have to understand the sentence structure, the semantics of this narration. First half of the sentence is known as reporting verb, and the second half of it is known as reported speech. Now, one question to all of you. In this sentence, you are looking here. I'll be highlighting it. You give a minute, please. I'm using a highlighter here. This is RV and this is RS. Okay. First, I have written RV, this portion. Okay. And then I have written the exact line of the speaker. I hope you are looking at it. Now, one question to all of you is, can I write I am a teacher, then comma, then inverted commas, right? Close. Then I will write I said. Can we alter this sentence and we write RS first and RV at the back of it? Can we do that? Yes, anyone? I will repeat my question. I have written, first what we write is reporting verb, this portion. And then we write, I am a teacher, or any of the exact line of the speaker. This is what we call as reported speech. Can we alter it? Can we write, I am a teacher in the beginning and I said at the end of the sentence?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Karan.
Yes, sir.
Can we do that?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure, Mukarram?
Yes, I am sure.
Yeah, okay. You're excellently well. We can alter, we can write reported speech first, reporting verb after it. So there are both the ways are applicable. We can use that. Either you say I said, comma, inverted commas begin. And if you change this like I am a teacher, I said. So both of the ways are correct. Okay. Now moving towards rule number one, which has already been discussed in the classroom. I'm just recapping in front of all of you so that we can get a clear picture of it. Rule number one says that if the reporting verb, can you guys tell me what is reporting verb if you remember? What is reporting verb here? Yes, anyone? Let me check out the participants. Let me check out the participants. I will ask you questions. Abu Huraira, can you unmute yourself? Abu
Yes,
Huraira.
sir.
Okay. Abu Huraira, what is reporting verb?
सर रिपोर्टिंग वर्ब इज द वर्ब जिसके बारे में हम रिपोर्ट कर रहे हो.
Can you explain?
सर जिसके बारे जिसका जिसका उसके हम बारे में बात करें कोई वो एक्शन जैसे कर रहा हो उसको हम डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट से भी कर सकते हैं वैसे भी.
Okay. Abu Huraira, I would suggest you to speak
तो
English.
असली में पढ़ा नहीं है.
Okay, okay. So this is what
तो सर ये
I
हमने पढ़ा
taught
नहीं है
you.
इसलिए नहीं पता है मुझे.
I'm teaching you the same thing. I described it.
नो मैम हमें पढ़ा.
Yes, Abu Huraira?
सर हमें मत आप पढ़ाते हैं हमें दूसरी मैम पढ़ाती है.
Okay, but I discussed it before 2-3 minutes.
सर आई केम लेट.
Okay, okay, okay. Pay attention, huh? Mukarram, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Mukarram, what is reporting verb?
The reporting verb is that verb in which something that's been said. If something is said by someone, so we report that to someone
With
else.
what? With what we report?
Like as you said, we can said it like in direct and indirect way.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Tazim? Tasneem.
Yes, sir, can I?
Yeah.
Sir, when we tell someone what another person said, we often use verb like say, tell, or ask.
Okay. Can you tell me what word do we use in reporting verb?
Sir, say, tell, or ask.
Excellent. Excellent. Very good. This was the perfect answer. Thank you so much. Now, rule number 1 says if the reporting verb is in present or future tense. If the reporting verb is in present or future tense, look at this, present or future. Now, if reporting verbs present, if tense is present or future tense, right, there will be no change in the reported speech. I am repeating again. If the reporting verbs tense is present or future, we do not change anything in the reported speech. Is it clear?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
can you repeat it?
Yeah. Listen, so let's get it clear. Wait. 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 Listen. This is a sentence. Look at the sentence. This one. Look at this sentence. This portion of the sentence is known as reporting verb. This. And this portion of the sentence is known as reported speech. Now, rule number 1 says if reporting verbs tense is present or future. This one. Now, look at this. It says that if reporting verb, this portion of the sentence, if the tense of this portion of the sentence is present or future, there will be no change. There will be no change from this side. Okay? This will not be changed then. Now, one question to all of you. This will tell me that have you understood or not. Let me call a student. Okay. Kafil. Kafil from Red. Kafil, unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam.
Yes, sir.
Kafil, what I was teaching you, did you get it?
Yes, sir. You
Okay.
are teaching us the reporting work.
Okay. Can you tell me this sentence, which I have written here, this one,
Yes, sir.
this one. Will there be any change from this side, which I darkened, this side? I'm a teacher. Will there be any change in this part?
But sir, can you repeat your question? Sir, can you repeat your question? I can't get it.
My question is, this is reported speech, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Do we have to change the tense of this sentence? This one?
Sir, when we are converting it to indirect speech,
Yeah. Can we change the tense of the same?
no, sir.
Why?
Sir, because here it is the tense which is used here in the direct speech is present tense, and when we are saying it in indirect speech, it should be in the present tense.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Wait a second. Who is there? Norez? Norez, unmute yourself. Norez, do you hear me? Norez. Mukarram, wait. Norez, do not. Norez, are you there? No. Yes, Mukarram?
So can you repeat the definition of reporting verb?
Mukarram, can you be a bit louder?
So can you repeat the definition of reporting verb?
Definition of it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, I'm just repeating once again. Look at the sentence. Here is a sentence which I have written. I said, comma, inverted commas begin, I am a teacher. This is a sentence. And this is what type of a sentence? Direct speech, right? How did I come to know that this is a direct speech? By inverted commas, by this comma, right? And by this capital I. Okay, this is direct speech.
Yes, sir.
Now the question is that reporting verb is a word actually with which we report. Okay, that's a verb actually. Said is a verb. And because of this word said, we are reporting this portion of the sentence, the exact line of the speaker. This is reporting verb, this part, and the exact line of the speaker is known as reported speech. Rule number 1 says, if the reporting verb's tense is present or future, there will be no change in reported speech. Now, one question to all of you. I said, what is the tense of the reporting verb? Come on.
Sir, present.
Sir, past.
Exactly. This is past tense. I said is past. Can you tell me what is the present of said?
Sir, say.
Excellent. Very good. I said is now past, right? But rule number 1 says that if reporting verbs tense is present or future, there will be no change in reported speech, which means that I said is past, which means I am a teacher will be changed into another tense, right? The present will change into past. If the reporting verb is in present or future, there will be no change in reported speech. Now I'm changing the sentence. Tell me, I say, comma, inverted commas begin, I am a teacher. Inverted commas close. Okay? Will there be any change, boys?
Yes, sir.
How?
Sir, am will change to was.
Excellent. And how do you know that?
Sir, because the reported verb is in past tense.
Very good. See, not past tense. This I'm highlighting here for your ease. Wait a second. This portion, this said, okay? This portion of the sentence. This is I said. The tense here is past, right? Which means that I have to make changes here. But if said is changed into say or will say, there will be no change in the reported speech. Okay? Which means if I write, I say, comma, inverted commas begin, I am a teacher. And if I ask you to change the direct into indirect, you will have to change like this. I say that I am a teacher. There will be no change when your reporting verb is in present or future tense. I hope I am clear to all. Any confusion still now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Very good. Look at the example. This is the example of rule number 1. Here is the example. The teacher says, Rahil will pass the exam. The teacher says, Rahil will pass the exam. Wait. Look at this. Look at this sentence. I'm so sorry. It's random. The teacher says Rahil will pass the exam. Can you tell me the teacher says which tense is this? The teacher says
Present.
Present.
this is present. How do you know that?
Says.
Because we are saying.
Yeah, says is present. Says. Okay. Will there be any change from this side?
No, sir.
No, there
No,
will be
sir.
no change. Why? Because your reporting verb is in present tense. If I write the teacher will say, will there be any change from the reported speech?
No, sir.
No,
No,
again.
sir.
So, if reporting verbs tense is present or future, there will be no change from the reported speech. Rahil will pass the exam will be same without any change. The teacher says that Rahil will pass the exam without any change. So rule number one says, if reporting verb is in the present or future, we don't have to make changes from the reported speech. Am I clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Look at the other example. He says, I am in ninth class. Says, says. Which tense is here used?
Present.
The
It's
Present.
Present.
It's present. So do we have to make any change from this side?
No, sir.
No. Why?
Because
Because
it is
same.
in
because
present.
Because
the reporting
reporting
verb
verb
is
is in the
present.
present. We
Present.
have to add only one thing there, right? And eliminate what? Eliminating inverted commas, eliminating a comma, right? When we eliminate these two, we replace these two with that, this word, that, okay, as a conjunction. So he says that I changes into I changed into he. Okay. Why? Because the speaker is third person he. This one. I will change into he. So he says that he is. I would have written he am, but there is no such combination in English, right? So with he, we always write is in present tense, right? With I, there is a combination of am in present. So he, when we write he, we have to change am into is, right? So he says that he is in ninth class. There is no usage of inverted commas, no use of comma, right? And we have replaced inverted comma and comma with that, which is conjunction, obviously. So we are done with rule number one. Any confusions in rule number one?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. And luckily we already have discussed the same in the classroom, right? I do not remember whether we have discussed rule number two or not, but still I am giving my efforts to make you guys understand what basically narration is. So I am just summing up my lecture in the last. First, we dealt with the definition of narration, which is to report. Then I said reporting has two ways. One way of reporting is direct, right, where we quote the exact line of the speaker, and there is another way of reporting which we call as indirect speech, right? Then we talked about three rules of direct speech. How can we identify direct speech, and how can we identify the indirect speech? I told you there are three things with which we can identify the direct speech, and those are the exact line is put under inverted commas. We use a comma to separate reporting verb from reported speech. Then we write the first letter in inverted commas is always capital, right? Then we talked about indirect speech. There are four rules, there are four things to identify indirect speech. One is no usage of inverted commas, no use of comma, no capital letter inside the inverted commas, right? And that as a conjunction is used. Then we talked about rule number one. Rule number one says that if the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, there will be no change from the side of the reported speech. And for that, I give you examples, two examples. One is direct and one is indirect. The last example which I gave was he says, comma, inverted commas begin, I am in ninth class, right? So here says is present. The reporting verb, the tense in the reporting verb is present. So there we don't have to make any change from the reported speech side, right? And we have used that as a conjunction in the sentence. So if if the reporting verb's tense is present or future, we do not change the reported speech. The tense of the reported speech will not be changed into any corresponding tenses. Now it's your time. If you want to ask questions, you can ask. We still have 2 minutes. So I'm dedicating these 2 minutes for all of you so that you can ask questions. Yes, everyone. Faraz, yes, Faraz.
So do we have to use that always that in place of commas?
Faraz, can you be a bit louder, please?
So do we have to use always that in place of commas?
Okay. Your question is that do we have to use that always as a conjunction in the indirect speech? You know, mostly that is used as a conjunction in all the sentences, but when we talk about the types of the sentences, for example, we have imperative sentence, we have exclamatory sentences, right? In that, some, you know, in some particular cases, we omit this that, right? We do not use that in those, in some of the cases, but this, that is always, almost always used in direct speech, sorry, indirect speech. But there are some situations where we don't have to use that. For example, when it comes to exclamatory, or when it comes to imperative, we use if and whether, and sometimes we do not add any conjunction there. So there are some places where we don't use conjunction that. I hope you got the answer.
Sir,
Yeah.
can you repeat rule number 2?
Mukarram, I'm not hearing you. Can you be a bit louder, please?
Can you repeat rule number 2?
Should I repeat what?
The rule number 2.
Rule number two.
Rule number 2.
Yes, sir.
We have not started rule number 2. I just finished rule number 1.
So actually, na, he was telling something about that.
Huh?
सर आपने अभी इसके बारे में रूल नंबर 2 के बारे में कुछ कहा ना अभी